my name is Vinayak. During my summer break this year, my mom asked me to go put some vegetables to the compost while she was cooking. And then I asked her one question. If we are producing so much waste, then how much should the restaurants be producing because they work in a larger scale? And she said, I don't know, go ask the restaurant owners. Then the next day, I asked the same question and she had the same reply again. But this time I also asked, can I actually go to the restaurants and ask them? My mom was very excited and she said I can do that. So I visited 30 restaurants and I asked the restaurant people how much green waste do they collect and what do they do with the waste. Although I started the project in summer, it took me a long time to finish. Here is a short video about the results I got and how I did it. Hello friends, my mom just asked me to put these green wastes in the composter. Every time she makes me do this, I ask her one question. How much green wastes are the restaurants producing because they work in a larger scale? This summer, I decided to go to a few restaurants and ask them these same questions to collect more information. Remember that I told you I was going to do a survey about the green waste management in restaurants? Here I have written down some questions. Before I go to the actual restaurants, I am going to ask these questions to my mom and dad. I already know how they are going to answer. Hey Papa, I'm going to ask you a few questions about my survey. Can you answer them? So, does your restaurant generate any green waste?
Yes.
What is the quantity of the waste generated in a day?
I don't know.
Do you segregate the compostable and non-compostable waste separately?
I don't think we do.
What is your method of segregation?
I have no idea.
After the segregation of the wastes, how do you dispose of waste?
I just want to sit.
I don't know.
These answers are not good. I'm going to ask Amma.
So next question. I have more answers to give you. Okay, next question. What is the quantity of the waste collected in a day? Oh, you know what? This is a good question. So each day it differs. So if you come on weekends, we have like, maybe I would say like 20 pounds of green waste. But if you come on a weekday, again it differs. If you come at peak hours, our wastes are different. Okay. No, I have more. Enough. Okay. Do you segregate the compostable and non-compostable waste separately? I think so, because previously we never did that, and once we got fined by Sunnyvale and we had to find a hefty amount of fine to the Sunnyvale because we were not segregating it, and then we started segregating, but it's like so much work. We have one person just that. Enough. You and Papa are giving so many different answers, and these are the answers that the restaurant owners might give too.
How about I change these questions and make them close-ended so that they are multiple choices and I give the choices. I can't stop laughing, guys. My mom and dad answered so differently. My dad answered yes and no, but my mom, on the other hand, answered big essay questions. I think I should change this to a closed-ended survey. Hello friends, this is the first day of visiting the restaurants. I am very nervous, but I hope to speak to the restaurant owners nicely. I will not be recording in the restaurants, but I will be recording later. Hey guys, I'm going to Santana Row to collect more data from restaurants. See you there. I was expecting to collect 25 restaurants from Santana Row, but I only collected 4. This was because all the restaurants were crowded.
Did anyone yell at you?
Hey guys, I finished my 30 restaurants. To do this, I had to at least visit 40 to 45 restaurants. And I was really thankful for the restaurants that answered my questions during their business hours. Now, when I go home, I'm going to analyze the results. And now that I've collected all the data, I will use all of this data to make a simple bar graph using the data. And I will also publish it to you guys. I'm so sorry, I couldn't find a stick, so I'm using this hanger. So remember I told you I was going to use bar graphs for this survey? Instead, I decided to use pie charts because it would be easier to interpret the data. I also used my dad's help for these pie charts. 100% of the restaurants said they generated green waste. Now moving on to the quantity, 62.1% of the restaurants collected less than 2 cubic yards of waste. And 3.14% of the restaurants collected more than 10 cubic yards of waste. Now, moving on to the question of segregation of waste, 65.5% of the restaurants said they are doing some other type of segregation. And 3.4% of the restaurants said they are doing their own composting. And then I asked to the restaurants, do you think this process of segregation is efficient? 76.7% of the restaurants said yes. 6.7% of the restaurants said maybe. And also, I asked if the segregation is eco-friendly. 10% of the restaurants said maybe, and 76.7% of the restaurants said yes. But when I asked the restaurants if their process of segregation is efficient and eco-friendly, all of them or most of them actually said they're donating it to the city of Sunnyvale. But most of the waste that goes to the city of Sunnyvale is usually put in all the landfills. So I do not think it's efficient or it's eco-friendly. Because with that waste, you could also generate like some green waste for plants and compost themselves. Whenever we use green wastes in our home, we always compost them and we put them to the plants. And the plants are very happy and they grow. So I think restaurants should start this process of composting, and I would like to also work in this aspect to make composting a little easier for restaurants. I hope you like this fun little project. If you want to join me in more fun projects, you can message me and leave a comment below, and I'd be happy to join you.
Subscribe!